My daughter said I'm the reason her dad left, so I left her too. I was making coffee after a double shift when my 14-year-old Ariana walked into the kitchen dressed for a party I'd never approved. I'm going to Mia's house. Her mom said I could sleep over. It's a school night. You have a test tomorrow. Her face twisted into something I barely recognized. Mia's mom trusts her. You're so controlling. No wonder dad couldn't stand living here. I set down my coffee. Ariana, it's true. She stepped closer, tears building in her eyes. You drove him away. Everyone knows it. I heard Mia's mom say it. You're impossible to live with. I should have stayed calm. I should have explained. Instead, I was exhausted and hurt, and I said the worst thing I could have said. Fine. You want me gone? I'll give you some space. I grabbed my keys and drove to my sister's house. I told myself I'd go back in the morning, that I just needed one night to clear my head. But Ariana didn't call, didn't text, nothing. So I waited. She didn't know what I'd protected her from. The savings account her father emptied before he left. The nights I'd worked double shifts to keep us in our house. The truth about why he really disappeared, which had nothing to do with me being impossible, and everything to do with him finding someone younger in another state. I'd let her believe a softer story, that her dad just needed space, that sometimes people grow apart. I thought I was protecting her. Maybe I was just protecting myself from having that conversation. By day 3, her Instagram told the whole story. Photos at parties, comments about how free she felt. A boy I didn't recognize with his arm around her shoulder. By day 5, the texts started. Where's the permission slip for the field trip? Do we have laundry detergent? The school called about my test. Can you call them back? I responded to each one the same way. You can handle it. Day 7 broke her. She called me crying at 11 p.m. The party she'd gone to had gotten out of control. Some older kids showed up. Things got scary. She'd locked herself in a bathroom. Mom, please come get me. I'm sorry, please. Every instinct told me to run to my car, but I made myself ask the question, did you try calling your dad? Silence. Then quietly, I found his number online. He has a new family now, a little boy. He posted photos from Disneyland last week. She'd never told me she'd looked him up. Did you call him? He didn't answer. I texted and he just said, her voice cracked. He said I should ask my mother, that he signed away his rights for a reason. I was already grabbing my keys. I found her sitting on the curb outside a house I didn't recognize. Mascara streaked down her face. She climbed into the car without saying anything. We drove home in silence. When we got inside, she sat at the kitchen table and stared at her hands. I didn't know he signed away his rights. I never told you. Why? I sat down across from her. Because you were 10. Because I wanted you to believe your father loved you even if he couldn't show it. Because I thought the truth would hurt more than the lie. She looked up at me. You let me blame you. For years. You let me think you were the problem. I thought I was protecting you. From what? From knowing my dad didn't want me? She started crying again. I already knew, Mom. I just didn't want to believe it. It was easier to be mad at you. I reached across the table and took her hands. I'm sorry I left this week. That wasn't fair. I was hurt and I handled it wrong. I'm sorry I said you were the reason he left. She squeezed my fingers. You're not. You're the reason I'm okay. You're the reason we still have a house and I have clothes and someone shows up to my volleyball games. I'll always show up. I know. She wiped her eyes. I think I always knew. I just didn't want to admit that the parent who stayed was the one who actually loved me. We sat there for a long time, not talking, just holding hands across the table. She's 16 now, still pushes boundaries, still rolls her eyes when I enforce curfew. We fight about clothes and boys and screen time like every other mother and daughter, but she's never blamed me for her father again. And whenever she leaves the house, no matter how annoyed she is with me, she always says the same thing. Love you, Mom. 3 words. That's all I ever needed. Not an apology, not perfection, just the knowledge that when she walks out the door, she knows exactly who will be there when she comes back. Her dad gave her life, but I gave her a home. And she finally understands the difference. Full story linked below.